Hello and welcome to our My Take YouTube channel. And I want to offer my take on the COVID-19 pandemic and where we find ourselves a year later. And I want to begin by saying, don't be fooled by the facts. Personally, I think it's a bold and courageous move to even dare discuss the pandemic and its effect on our life as well as on the world at large. Because when you consider it, so much has already been said and so much is being said by politicians, by the doctors, by scientists, and I suppose everyone and anyone else who has an opinion one way or the other. Concerning the virus, there were so many lies in the beginning, so much deceit. There was so much misinformation on the one hand and lack of information on the other hand. There were so many mixed messages that it made our heads swim. Political expedience and the economy pushed the pandemic out of the top spot and took over as the primary priority for America. So with so much being said, what is one to say? And out of all that has been said and is being said, what can and what should we believe? Those once feared and once dreaded words, COVID-19, are seemingly, and for all the wrong reasons, and I stress, for all the wrong reasons, that phrase is losing its luster, losing its impact on our behavior and consequently on our society. You know, it once demanded, captured our attention, and struck so much fear in us that we dared not go out of the house or allow anyone in our own homes. We were willing to do anything and pay any price to avoid the sweeping reach of its devastation. Maybe we believed and feared what we shouldn't have, and now we refuse to believe in what we should believe and what we should fear. We don't. We were initially told that it wasn't that serious. But it was serious. We were told that it wouldn't last long, it wouldn't cause that much damage. But a year later, and more than 400,000 American lives later, we've learned that it was serious, that it is serious, that it is destructive and devastating, and it is deadly. Often when we did get what was needed, it was too little too late. And yet, the discussions continue and the debates rage on. And rightly so, as long as our motives are pure. We've been left without hope and given false hope as the virus furthers its devastation and its grip on us. Now we think we have some facts. And ordinarily, facts are good. It's good to know certain things, and it's good to have something we can finally sink our teeth into. And against the backdrop of all the worldwide statistics regarding patients and deaths and trends, facts are being flashed before us. Facts are being pushed and promoted, supposedly to calm our fears, as they lure us out of our homes, as they push us back into the workplace and back onto the shopping scene. But facts have a downside. Facts can have an adverse effect on our lives. So I admonish us not to be fooled by the facts. It's a fact that testing is now not only much easier, but it is encouraged and even required in some cases. But that's no reason to relax or let down your guard. It's a fact that vaccines have been developed, and we thank God for that, and have been approved, albeit under emergency circumstances. But that's no reason to become reckless or behave irresponsibly. It's a fact that wearing a mask works, disinfecting our space works, social distancing works, and regularly washing our hands works. But they all lead to safer and not safe situations. It's a fact that we know more than we did, and we are doing better than we were in addressing this pandemic. But that's no reason to act as though it never happened. Don't be fooled by the facts. This is no time to try forcing normal back to the forefront. Do you mind if I let you know something? Normal has left town and it's not coming back anytime soon. So get over it. It's a fact that the hospitals are better prepared. Doctors and medical personnel are better equipped to deal with this pandemic. But that's no reason to force the issue, to push the envelope and start behaving in a foolish manner. It's a fact that businesses and schools, workplaces have developed strategies and procedures and protocol and have in place safety measures to help protect us. But don't be fooled by the facts. And don't start endangering yourself, your family, your friends by putting them at risk. It's a fact that not everyone dies from the virus. But that doesn't mean we should play Russian roulette with our lives. With motives being corrupt and contaminated, it's hard to know the real truth and almost impossible to know who to believe or trust, and which only adds to the problems and to the challenges with controlling and containing the virus and keeping people safe and healthy. What's important to remember is that we are still on high alert. We're still in danger. The virus is surging, spiking, spreading, and we are hard pressed to find ways to continue life with some sense of normalcy. We cannot afford to take this crisis for granted. It's real. It's easy to take a casual attitude about what's going on and let down our defenses. You know, we have never in modern history experienced anything like this. This is a monster on the loose, wreaking havoc, and no one has been able to capture or fully neutralize it. It is irresponsible. It is reckless to act as though we are in a normal situation. You know, and I believe that there are several reasons why we are in a situation where we've not been able to gain the advantage over this virus, which has now led us to where we have no choice but make some tough and radical decisions. The politicians made some mistakes. The government has made mistakes. Even doctors and scientists have made mistakes. We have made mistakes. There's enough blame to go around. There's no doubt about that. The business world, entertainment world, the sports world, the religious world, or what we call the faith community, all failed at some point, and in many ways failed us. And I believe that one, if not the biggest mistake of all, is making the instigator, making the perpetrator of this virus places and events. It's not at all the places or the events, it's the people. Places didn't give birth to the virus. Places don't spread the virus. Places and events will never solve the crisis of the virus. It's people, it's you, it's me. It's our attitude, our approach, and our behavior towards this deadly virus. And until we do better about protecting ourselves and protecting others, and as long as we are careless and reckless and irresponsible and foolish, the virus will rage on. Because of these mistakes, because of the uncertainty and unpredictability of the COVID-19 virus, and because of the facts that we have been fed, we're finding ourselves being fooled into trying to go back to what isn't there anymore. Nobody is to blame. Nobody is to blame for that but us. We want the facts. We need the facts. We welcome the facts. But the facts have to be put in perspective so that we are not fooled by the facts. Many of the gains that had been made and are now lost or diminished, and in terms of slowing and containing the virus, these mistakes have placed us in a worse position than we were before. And now, in an attempt to slow the spread and get a grip on the virus, we're faced with reversing certain decisions and certain liberties and certain courses of action, and having to regroup and rethink our position and our strategy. There's no shame in making honest mistakes. At some point in our life, we have all been guilty of making the wrong call, making bad decisions. And it's commendable that when one makes a mistake or a misjudgment, that we are adult enough and humble enough that we can admit our mistake and try again a different way. Thank God for the vaccine. And I pray to God that it works. But just because you've taken or have the opportunity to take the vaccine, that's no reason to think that you can start living footloose and fancy free again. The threat is real. The threat is dangerous. It's deadly. Now that's my take. So why don't you sound off? God bless you, my friend. And thank you for joining us. In order to keep up with our videos, with our productions, I would like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel and, of course, click on the notification button. That way, whenever we release a new video, you'll be notified immediately. May God continue to bless you, and please be safe and be prayerful about taking the vaccine. And if you intend to take it, go ahead and get signed up, make an appointment to do that right away. But listen, don't let that stop you from being safe and taking the necessary precautions to protect yourself, your family, and your friends. God bless you. Don't be fooled by the facts. Amen.